client opens our call and she looks at her Notion and she says, I want to build a client hub or a dashboard or a CRM or content calendar, pick your version. And 20 seconds later, she's in the template shop downloading one. 40 seconds after that, she's frustrated, not because the template was bad, but because she had no idea what she actually needs it to do. If that sounds like you, if you downloaded 6 dashboards, 3 client hubs, and a project management template, and your Notion sidebar looks like a productivity graveyard of all the templates you've downloaded and didn't use, keep listening. This is one of those episodes that is perhaps going to be me getting really feisty, which is already making me laugh because it's one of those episodes that I did not plan to record. I already have an episode recorded for what is going to be this week's episode. Like, I'm done. I don't need to record a podcast episode. But something just happened in one of my coaching calls that just made me realize a massive, massive thing that happens for Notion users in particular. But I think this is applicable to systems builders overall. And I was just like, I need to record an episode about this. And in this episode, I'm going to make a claim that's probably going to piss off some Notion creators, including the ones who are template creators. This may even frustrate some of you who bought templates from me. But here's what the thing is that I need to say. The template is not the problem. And no template, no matter how beautiful, can fix what's actually broken. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you what is broken and why downloading more and adding more things to your Notion workspace is only making it worse. And a 20-minute exercise that's going to fix it for free. So here's the pattern I see every single week in some way, shape, or form, whether it's from a client who's in one of my memberships, somebody who's in my free community, whatever. And I want to name this loop out loud. They feel overwhelmed. They search for a template. They download the template. They expect it to know what they need. They realize it doesn't. They feel more overwhelmed, so they search for a better template. I watch this happen over and over and over again on calls. A client opens our call. I ask, what are you trying to build? And the answer is almost always something general, a dashboard, a hub, a tracker, a CRM. Sometimes it gets more specific than that. The goal is to follow up with, okay, what does this need to do for you? Like, what goal, what purpose is this serving? Some variation on that question. And sometimes it's followed by silence. Sometimes it's followed by, an attempt to answer that question. But what often happens, and this actually happened so profoundly in a call recently, that it kind of blew my mind. And I asked her that follow-up, and literally within seconds, before she'd even necessarily finished answering, she was inside of the Notion template shop. And I'm sitting there going, wait, what are we looking for? And that is because she was falling victim to this mindset that so many of us have. I have watched this exact sequence, the question, the pause, the pivot to the template shop, so many times I could script it. It's not one client, it is a pattern, and I see it most in the smartest, most capable people I work with, which is the part that should tell you that this isn't a you problem. The founder this is happening to is somebody who is successful on paper, quietly exhausted in private, running her business out of her nervous system with 37 mental tabs, a Frankenstein of patched together fixes that worked for a quarter and then stopped working. And she's half convinced that if she slowed down, the whole thing is going to collapse around her. If you've been in this loop, you are not stupid, you are not lazy, and Notion is not too hard or too hard for you. You are missing the step that nobody in the Notion space is talking about. Or if they are, they sure shit aren't talking about enough, and I am not going to be that person anymore. The fact of the matter is, no template can save you, because the deeper thing that is happening underneath the loop is you've been trying to delegate clarity to a template. And no template can hold that job. A template cannot know what your business is supposed to do, who it's supposed to serve, what decision your week is supposed to produce, or what this is working even looks like on the inside of your real life. Clarity is not a thing that you download. It's a thing that you build for yourself on purpose before any tool gets touched. And I want to, as I've said before, acknowledge I make templates. I sell templates, and I will tell you to your face, the best templates I have ever built are the average of what 100 people might need. But there's so many things that a template cannot know about your business. What decisions you make in a typical week, what information you need to surface to make those decisions, who else needs to see it, and what this is working looks like for you. Templates can only ship the average. Your business, though, and you are not the average. And that is the gap. The gap between the average template and your specific business is what you experience as Notion is overwhelming or I just don't use it. It's not Notion. It's not any productivity app. And it's not the template. It's the gap. So let's actually diagnose this, okay? Because I think this is super, super important. I say all the time, the work I do is about diagnose first, build later. Game film before playbook. You don't design and you shouldn't design a play before you watch the tape. And you shouldn't pick a template before you know what that play is. Because what a lot of people say is, I just don't get Notion, or I just don't use Notion, or it's just not for me. Like, if that's you, of course you don't use Notion. You downloaded 12 template creators' guesses about what your business is and tried to make them fit a business they've never even seen. So you're asking, as a result, your nervous system to remember which of the 12 to open. The reason you bounce out of Notion is often not a Notion problem. It's a visual clutter problem from all of the templates you've downloaded and never used. It's a too many options problem. And often it is a mental clutter problem of too many aspects of a template that you don't even use. You can't out Notion an environment problem. You can't out template a clarity problem. Because as much as I love Notion, I don't want to be seen as some Notion guru, because I think a lot of Notion gurus get this one thing wrong. They sell you the cockpit before you've decided where the plane is going. So what I would encourage you to do is this 20-minute exercise. If you are a Notion user who's ever been overwhelmed by using Notion, or you're somebody who just in general finds that productivity systems don't work for you. Before you download a template, I want you to open a blank document. And honestly, for perhaps the first time, I'm not going to encourage you to do this in Notion. Because if you open Notion, you're going to be back in the template shop in 3 minutes and you aren't going to do what I want you to do right now. And what I want you to do right now is answer 3 questions in plain English. Question 1 is, what do you need this page, this database, or this Notion system to do for you? Not what do you need it to look like, what do you need it to do? Maybe you needed a client hub that exists so clients can find what they paid for without DMing you at 9 p.m. Maybe you need a content calendar that exists so you know what's getting posted Thursday by Monday. Maybe you need a CRM so you remember to follow up with the lead from last Tuesday before she ghosts you. So that's question number 1. What do you need this template to do for you? Not what you need it to look like. What do you need it to do for you? Question 2, who's going to look at it and what decisions are they making with it? A client hub that is built for your clients is a very different page than a client hub that is built for your team. Same name, but a very, very different job. And again, templates can't tell the difference. They don't know your needs, right? And then question 3, what does this is working look like in 30 days? And we need this to be concrete and measurable, okay? Maybe it looks like I didn't have to scramble for an investor document last week. Not, I feel more organized, because I feel more organized is vague, it is unmeasurable. And when we have that sort of a goal, nothing really changes. You can feel more organized, but the practicality of your day-to-day does not change. That's the whole exercise that I want you to do. 3 questions, 20 minutes, no software, write the paragraph, and then go look for the tools. The tool gets exponentially easier to pick when you finally know what you are picking it for. And here's kind of a final little receipt for you, okay? The science and the research on behavior change and systems is consistent. Systems work when there's a defined outcome they are systematizing toward. But a system without a defined outcome isn't a system, it is visual clutter that looks productive. And this is really important for your Notion system, because every template you've downloaded without that paragraph is adding visual clutter. That's why your workspace feels overwhelming. That's why you constantly feel like you're bad at Notion. You're not bad at Notion. You're carrying 12 creators' guesses about a business they've never seen and a person they never met, all stacked in one place. So that is what I encourage you to do, is do this 20-minute exercise today. 3 questions, blank document, no software. If you do this exercise and you still feel stuck, that's exactly the thing that my scouting report was built for. It's a diagnostic, not a template. I look at your business, I look at where you're getting stuck, I look at your Notion, and I tell you what's broken and what to fix. Okay, I've got the link down below. Honestly, a lot of you might not need the scouting report. You just need 20 minutes and a blank document. But I think the thing that I really just want to leave you with is clarity is not a thing you download. It's a thing you build for yourself on purpose before any tool gets touched. And that is the part nobody in the Notion space is talking about. Nobody is selling, because it isn't a deliverable. It's a mindset shift. So if this hit a nerve, if you've got a friend who's been Notion shopping for 6 months and still can't find the perfect template, send it to them, okay? Because you are not failing, they are not failing, they're missing this paragraph. So with that, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching, listening. All the links are down below. If you enjoyed this, do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, give us a 5-star review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, wherever you're listening. But with that, stay relentless achiever, but make it sustainable. Bye, my friend.